Did you know that Q4 can make or break your entire year for self-publishers? Yeah, that's right. We're entering WrestleMania. We're entering the World Series. We're entering the Super Bowl. We're entering Game 7, Stanley Cup Finals, last minute of play. In this video, I'm gonna break down everything you need to get the absolute most from Q4 over the next few weeks. Having said that, let's go. Ho, ho, ho. All right, everybody, I've been doing this business for a long time, since 2016. I have seen my fair share of Q4 holiday selling, and I have broken down all of the important things that you need to know so you can get the most from this Q4. Whether you've been selling on Amazon for years or whether this is your very first holiday season, this video will be your go-to guide for getting the most from Q4. So coming up in this video, I want to first prepare you for what you can expect. There's going to be timestamps below so you can jump around. First, why Q4 is a complete goldmine for publishers, what type of books sell best during Q4, timelines and deadlines you need to know, how to optimize your listings for the holidays, marketing and promotion strategies, common mistakes to avoid, and setting realistic expectations. So as you can see, there's a lot to cover. So it's going to be one of those videos. I would advise you, don't be doing the dishes, don't be getting ready for dinner, don't be doing that. Sit down, get pen and paper out, ready to go. Let's dive into it. So let's start off with the basics. Why is Q4 so big for publishers? What's all the fuss? Long story short, people spend more money at this time of the year. That's it. There are more people who are willing to spend more money on products that they need or don't need at this time of the year. So as marketers, it is our responsibility to take advantage of that. Last year, retail sales in November and December hit 1.3 trillion, that's trillion with a T, dollars in 2024. Absolutely insane. This was up 4.8% from the year before. So, and obviously that's not just on Amazon, that's like all sales, but that's just in the US, $1.3 trillion. So people just spend crap tons of money at this time of the year. One of the big key drivers is people are buying gifts. And that's obvious, right? We got the Santa hat going, right? Santa brings Christmas gifts. So people are buying gifts like children's book bundles, giftable nonfiction books, and self-improvement tools like journals and planners and stuff like that. So people are just focused on spending extra money that they wouldn't normally spend at this time of the year. Early buyers matter. That's another point to talk about. 1 in 6 buyers start shopping in August, and half of all holiday shoppers finish their holiday shopping by Thanksgiving. That's US Thanksgiving, the one that matters, end of November. So if you're waiting until, end of November to get going, you're literally missing out on half of the entire shopping population. So let's start right now. Parents are overspenders. Those of you who have books that are for kids or whatever the case is, parents are overspenders. They spend on average $1,070 for parents versus non-parents that spend $860 on average. So it's a huge motivation if you're doing books that involve family, parenting, or kids in general. Gift givers are online. 90% of them shop online when looking for gifts, with Amazon being their top destination. So that's huge. And social proof matters. Younger generations, Gen Z, millennials, say 78% of their holiday shopping is influenced by social media. So those of you who are utilizing social media, or even if you're not, Amazon ads, video ads, right? Let's start dropping the hints of gifts of how your book can make a great gift in those ads. We're gonna talk more about that here in a second. And October's really the sweet spot. All your listings, all your ads, all your keywords, everything optimized by October, right? If you're waiting until like something like Black Friday to really get things running, you're gonna be way too late. You have to start early. I can't emphasize that enough about starting early. Think long game. Q4 isn't just a weekend. This isn't like Black Friday weekend or Amazon Prime days or anything like that. This is a multi-month shopping marathon. It's literally started already, and it only gets bigger and bigger and bigger every single day between now and the end of the year. So there's so much time, but so little time that we can take advantage of this. Now, what type of books are selling best during Q4? All books are gonna do well and better. But there are gonna be books that are gonna do even better than those, or even better than most. And the books that really take off are anything Christmas or holiday related. Duh. Anything related to kids, because they're super easy gifts. And coloring and activity books, because they're super easy giftables. Journals, planners, cookbooks, self-help, productivity books. Anything about the new year or the new me, those type of things. These are always going to be at the top of the sales chart for holiday selling. So if you're in those niches, pay extra attention. What can you do to maximize your profits and maximize sales for those particular books in your catalog? Those of you who are focused and have a highly giftable book, for example, if you're in a category for mom, for teachers, for students, or better yet, how can you take your book and switch your marketing during the holidays so that it's for moms or for wives, for teachers, right? How can you do that, right? Look, this might be a little too niche, but I got Alex's new $100 million money models. Say this was our nonfiction book. How could we shift the marketing on this book during the holidays? That'd be easy, right? So it'd be like, you could target like for your business owner's son or daughter. Boom, that's how you turn this into like a giftable book for your son or for your daughter. You just change the marketing that you're normally placing on it. And boom, it turns it into something super easy, giftable. You throw like a freaking Santa hat on it. You change up your A+, which we're gonna talk about a little later on. Damn, look, it's a gift. Okay, super easy. The next thing I want to talk about is timelines and deadlines. The elephant in the room. How late is it to publish your books? Don't publish a book in December. It usually doesn't work out too well. I published my last book early November because you need Amazon's algorithm to index your book so it knows what your book's about so it can get it in front of the right customers. That takes a few weeks for it to figure it out. It's also gonna take a few weeks for your book to get ranked, right? It also takes a few weeks for you to get reviews, right? Now, on the flip side of things, you could be like, well, there's so much extra traffic, plus I have the honeymoon period. You really gotta kind of play this right. So I typically, and this is just me, there might be other people have different strategies. I typically won't publish a new book no later than like second, third week, November max, right? Ideally, end of October, right? So you can just focus on, okay, I got my products up. Now it's just 100% on marketing and advertising. And that's it. That's all you really want to be focused on. So you can maximize sales. You can maximize the amount of traffic that is on Amazon. Now, there's always going to be little caveats, right? For example, those of you who are in the health and fitness niche, when is your holiday season? Your holiday season is not in December. Hell no. We all get fat in December. Ain't nobody trying to work out in December. We're all trying to work out in January and February, right? So if you're in the fitness niche, or if you're in the dieting niche or any of that, save your advertising dollars for the holidays. And you go hard in January, hard in February. You grab those people while they're like, new year, new me. You grab all those people. So you have to understand when is your peak holiday season, because it's not the same for everybody. It's not the same for every single niche. So that's an important distinction that you have to make for the specific books within your account. Now let's talk marketing and ads. What do we do for marketing and ads? Do we just run them the same? Do we just up our bids? One thing you need to know for sure, it gets expensive during the holidays, right? There's more people on Amazon, means way more traffic, means everybody knows that in terms of us marketers. So we spend more money on ads. That means the price for the bid goes up, our daily budget goes up, everything goes up. It does become more expensive. So one of the biggest tips that I can give you right now is increase your ad credit on Amazon. I used to have a $500 ad credit on Amazon. So that meant when I was spending money on ads, every $500, Amazon would send me an invoice and I'd have to get paid. If I didn't pay off my card or whatever, or it didn't go through, Amazon would shut down the ads and I have to get it fixed, and hopefully their system's not glitching, and it was a big pain in the butt. However, if you simply go to your ads dashboard, contact Amazon Ads support and ask them to increase it, you can increase your ad credit up to, I believe it's $5,000, because right now I get charged when my ad account hits $5,000 within the month. And that's massive, because here's the cheat sheet for those of you who are maybe don't have a huge ad budget, right? If you're able to increase your ad budget in November and December, that will allow you to run ads a little higher than normally you couldn't, right? Because let's say you weren't making a ton of money yet. If your ads are getting cut off at $500 and then you have to go pay them, right? That might be a bit of a stretch. I know it has been for me. But if you're able to increase that to like $3,000, you might not have $3,000 when the bill comes. But you know what? That's gonna buy you out way more time to remain super competitive, to get a whole bunch of extra sales because you're using up a little bit of extra ad credit. You gotta be smart with your ads because obviously this could get you into a bit of financial trouble if you're not good with this or you're not 100% sure on what you're doing. User beware, so to speak. But that's a strategy that I was able to utilize last holiday season, and it really did save our butt. 110% saved us. That was like the first note that I had here. So I wanted to pass that on to you. Just to be clear, go to Amazon Ads, go to Contact Us, and then they might even have an option about increasing your ad spend or your ad credit or whatever the case is, but you'll be able to figure it out. You're smart. Do not ignore Black Friday and Cyber Monday, okay? Don't ignore it. Yes, books are not the top selling item for those 2 days. They're usually bigger ticket items, but they are sold, right? People do buy them because there's more people buying impulse stuff. And really, a lot of the holiday season is just impulse buys. And we just want to make sure that our books are the impulse, right? So don't ignore them. You know, I'd start raising your ads even around those 2 days just before Thanksgiving, US Thanksgiving. So your book is very, very visible when the flood of traffic does come. Okay, let's talk about optimizing your listing for Q4. Adding seasonal keywords to your listing. Now, before I say this, I'm gonna put disclaimer. Go read Amazon's terms of service because they always change. But using things like Christmas, holiday gifts, stocking stuffer, you know, best gift for dad, best gift for mom, whatever the case, using that throughout your description, your A+, your metadata, everywhere can help your book rank for those holiday keywords. Like I said earlier though, you have to go read Amazon's terms of service because there's certain areas that you're allowed to use, you know, Christmas gift or holiday gift, and there's certain areas you're not allowed to use that. So you have to be aware of those rules. So you have to go check Amazon's terms of service to make sure you don't violate anything. Covers, descriptions, emphasize, great gift. Like you could put like, you know, a little circle, you know, perfect gift for, you know, #1 gift for, you know, your entrepreneurial son or like something like that, right? But we've done that before. You update your cover with a little stamp that gives it the Christmas feel, implying it's a great gift. One of the things I love doing is we would throw like Santa hats and stuff like that on our A+. We would redo modules of our A+, usually the last module of the A+, right? Because that's where you have your call to action. And we would put like little Santa hat. You don't even, see, that's the thing. You don't even have to say the word gift. If you see this, what do you think? Santa, Christmas, gifts, right? So you don't even have to say the word. You could just take your current module, throw a freaking Santa hat on it, boom, right? That's better than not doing anything at all, right? So little things like that, it does help. It does make your item a little bit more giftable, and that's all you're doing. We're just switching the position to make your book more giftable. Pricing, more traffic, the psychology of people spending more money on Amazon, the psychology of people buying more gifts at this time of the year. So what do you want to do for your prices? There's only one answer here, and that's raise them. Why? Because people are gonna pay higher prices. People at this time of the year are not looking for deals, they're looking for the best gift. So if you can position your book as the go-to gift this holiday season for little Timmy or little Jenny or whoever the case is, if you can position your book as the best gift for them, you can charge more for it. And that's what you really should be doing. Don't be afraid to raise your prices $1 or $2, not like $5, right? We still gotta remain competitive, but $1 or $2, because at this time of the year, people are spending money without thinking about it. They're buying more emotionally, they're buying because it's a hot gift, they're buying because society has told them to spend money at this time of the year. So we need to take advantage of that because that's what we do. We are here to run very, very profitable businesses. So make sure you're doing that. So if all of your competitors are priced at $15.99, how can you position yourself as the top gift in your space, but selling it for $17.99, right? That's gonna do two things. One, it's gonna fatten your bank account. Two, it's gonna give you more of a margin to spend money on the overpriced ads at this time of the year as well. So it just allows you to keep going just a little bit longer. Let's talk about marketing and promotion strategies. I know we've talked about that a little bit. We're gonna kind of dive into a little bit more. At this time of the year, here's what you can do, okay? When it comes to running ads. We have our regular ads, okay? And then you can start campaigns with ads that are specifically seasonal ads. So our regular campaigns, and then we'll have our seasonal campaigns. So for example, if I was doing my chair yoga, right? What would I have? I'd say like the best chair yoga gift for grandma. Best deals on chair yoga books. Those would be like broad keyword search terms I would be running ads to. New Year chair yoga plan, something like that. You could even use like BookBeam or one of those tools to try to reverse engineer some keywords from last year's January and December sales and November sales really, to see which ones stand out. You know, I have on my notes here, like if you're doing financial books for teens, right? Math gift books for teens, right? Money gift books for teens. Those are great specific keywords to target at this time of the year, because that's what people are going to be searching in for, right? They're going to be searching in finance gift books for teens, money gift books for teens, right? Or for sons, kids, whatever the case is. Use TikTok, Book Talk, showcase how your book is giftable. For those of you who are using social media like that, use it to showcase how your books are. One of the other things that I've done with my ads to showcase how they are for gifts is I went to my video ad lady and I had her film all 3 of our videos with gifts. And so now what she's doing is one of the videos, she was sitting on her couch and she was opening up this gift and pulled out my book, right? Beautiful, looks amazing. But reshoot your ads, right? And so you can run your regular ad, you can run your gift ad, see which one performs better. And yes, there's extra cost, there's extra expense. Not everybody's gonna be able to do this, but these are the little things that stand out. Those of you who don't have like video ad budget, you could be running a display ad, right? We have like Santa hats on our display ads, right? Some little Christmas stuff around it, just to give the impression it's a holiday gift. It's a stocking stuffer, right? Those are the impressions. Those are the feelings that we want for certain books. People will see that, their subconscious will see that, and they'll buy it. And that's what we're doing here. Offer collections. Those of you who have multiple books in the same pendant, right? This might be a good time for your A+ to, usually on my A+, it's like for the product and it's only the one product. I don't like talking about other products that I have on my A+, because I just want them focused on the one thing. But for the holidays, I switch it up because they don't usually just buy one book, they'll buy like 3 of them. There's certain language you can't say in your A+, so make sure you review the terms of service for that. But like I'll show all 3 of the books, stocking stuffer type of image in my A+ modules at the call to action, because I want to give that impression. It's like, don't just buy this one book, like buy them all 3, because the person's going to enjoy the gift way better. It's only $60. You can't say pricing. It's like customers' minds, it's like, oh, I'm buying one. It might as well just buy all 3. It's only like $60 or whatever the case is, but show that on your A+. Little things like that matter. So now we've talked about what to do. Let's talk about a couple mistakes you want to avoid. The obvious one is waiting till the end of November to do anything. If you're going to wait till the end of November to do anything, might as well just take a nap for the next 30 days. You're going to miss the entire season, right? Don't wait. You literally need to start now. Those gift videos that I talked about, they've been up for weeks. It's never too early to start on this. Don't rely just on organic sales with no ads. Ads will get expensive, and some of you are not gonna be able to keep up, and that's okay. Don't just rely on organic sales alone, because they're not gonna be strong enough. You're typically gonna kind of get left in the dark, so to speak, because there's so much going on with shopping and just new products and everything on Amazon. This is the time of the year where you don't wanna just rely on Amazon, on organic. If you really can only spend like $3 a day or something on ads, put your daily budget to $3. And if you max it out at 12, like at noon, you max it out at noon. And then you just go again the next day. But whatever, at least that is better than doing nothing. Overly complicating your product range. Okay, this is huge, guys. We focus on the winners during the holiday season and we forget everything else. So as soon as you discover which of your books are really starting to take off, they're the books that are getting the most sales, and you're like, okay, this one's obviously doing better, then that needs to have 80% of your focus. That needs to be everything, because we're not trying to make every single book sell. We're just trying to maximize profits from the top 1 or 2 books in our catalog. That's what we're really focused on. Those of you who maybe have a bigger team and more experience, yeah, you're probably focused on like maximizing, 5 to 10 out of your whatever books. But those of you who are kind of at a lower level, all you want to do is focus on that one or two and maximize that, because those one or two books can completely change the directory of where your publishing business is going to go in 2026. In last year of 2024, I think my biggest month was like $4,000 up until the holiday season. Like last holiday season, I did $4,000, I did 7,200, then I did 16,000 in December, then 73, right, with no ads, because January I couldn't afford to run ads, so I just turned off all ads. We did $7,300 in January, and then 10,000, 14,000, 12,000, and we haven't dropped under $10,000 a month since. But it was all because of the momentum that we built in the holiday season of last year. So those of you who are in the exact same position that I was last year, these next few months can completely change everything. And that kind of ties into the last point on setting realistic expectations. Q4 can multiply your sales in ways that you've never imagined. There will be multiple people doing $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 or more a month come December. It happens every single year, just more and more people start to do it. And if you have a hard time understanding and imagining how that happens, that's okay. You're just not there yet. But this is what people are doing. And whatever you're doing right now, you can literally times it by 4, 5, 6, or you could 10x it over the next few months if you put the work in right now. All you need is one book this holiday season to blow up and take your entire account to a different direction. You just need one book, and then you double down on that book and you keep doubling down on what's working, and boom, before you know it, you're making more money than you could have ever imagined. That's how this business works, time and time again. And don't treat Christmas just as a one-off, please. There will be books that you have in your portfolio that only sell during the holidays, right? I have a stack of coloring books over there. The only time I look at those books is Q4, because that's the only time that those books matter. And some of them, my wife was even asking, she's like, oh, do you think Old Fashioned is gonna do well this year? I was like, I have a feeling this is the year for Old Fashioned. And we have like different Christmas coloring books, and some do better than others different times of the year, but I have one seasonal book. It's my horror coloring book. And this book, it should only sell for the holidays. It should only sell for Halloween. But it did so well last holiday season that it kept selling all year round. All year round, a seasonal book. And that's the power of the holiday season. Nobody knows how it's gonna play out. All we know is we have to give it everything we possibly can, so we put ourselves in the best position possible to maximize it. If you truly wanna blow up your Q4 sales, there's two options for you. One, if you are ready to work with me and you are serious about investing in your publishing business, you can use the link to book a call directly with me, and I can talk to you more about joining the Profit Formula Publishing Academy. It's my paid coaching program where you'll work with me as well as the rest of the academy, and it will help you blow up your sales over the next few months, 100% guaranteed. If you're not fully ready to invest, then join the Publish and Profit 5-Day Challenge. This is a 100% completely free 5-day program that you will learn how to find a topic, write a book, publish the book, and then profit from the book, all within 5 days. So we have two options available for anybody. Pick the option that works best for you, but please, 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 over the next few weeks, do not slack, do not sleep on this. Your life can completely change if you take Q4 seriously. It has for me, and it has for countless other publishers. I hope you are a success story that I'm celebrating in January on. Till next time, everybody, I'm Emeka. If you want to find out about how to maximize your TikTok sales, check out this video that's coming up. Till next time, peace.